All right, so you were at what?
87,000.
And I topped out at 84 and I was pressing you. You're all like, "Oh no, my record's not safe." Then what happened?
I went up to 107,000.
107,000. You flipped it to 100 plus. The Crazy Picker Life with Wheeler, Dealer, and Banana Peeler. Good morning, fellow pickers, would-be adventurers, and everybody else. Dealer with the Crazy Picker Life Saturday morning edition. Here we are. Well, I got a bright and early start this morning. Me and the boys were watching a Western last night. We're working through the supposedly the 100 best Westerns ever. And we watched the Wild Bunch 1969 edition last night, and I'm thinking, oh my goodness, I'm looking for a character to like. Even in Clint Eastwood movies and some things like that, I mean, there's some wit, and you kind of like the bad guy, even though he's kind of a beehole. Man, these guys were just a bunch of dickheads. I mean, they all were just killing everybody. Everybody's just killing everybody, and obviously, as a male with a lot of maleness in me, and my boys are real men, want to be real men, all that kind of stuff. There's a certain like, oh, get it done. But man, these guys are just a bunch of jackasses. So that movie was not that great. Obviously, the Wild Bunch was wild, and this was a theatrical documentary of their wildness, but not attracted to that at all. I thought I would be. I picked it out among like 10 choices for our next movie. So it's funny how, when I was younger and in high school and even maybe junior high, the Rocky movies were coming out, and those had some, I guess, value, in a sense. But, I used to get all jacked up with that kind of stuff, like, woo, wow, fighting and all this kind of stuff. And I probably would have liked this movie back then, even though it was 1969. When I was in high school, that was around 1980 to 86 in there, junior high and high school. And that would have been an old movie even then. And I probably would have been like, ooh, action movie, Rambo. It was pre-Rambo and all that kind of stuff. But not attracted to that anymore. It's just, it's kind of foolish. Now, I'm not anti-gun, and I'm not like, okay, bad guys can turn good, or bad guys can do good things from time to time, or I'm not one of these. I'm not one of these wimpy weirdos out there. There's a lot of them these days. Let me just put it out there. I can't stand men thinking they're women. Okay, I'm not. It's as far as I'm gonna go. But there's men and there's women. Okay, that's it. I'm sure I'll take some hate. Bring it. So anyway, we watched this film. It was full of testosterone. These guys were obviously tough guys, hard guys. I just couldn't find a role model. So I was slightly embarrassed that I was watching this with my boys, because it didn't have much redeeming value. So anyway, long story long, we were here till 2 o'clock. The other thing about these old Westerns, meaning the 50s and 60s and 70s Westerns, I think they all tried to tell a story, and I think they all tried to go over 2 hours and almost 3 hours. So I was here till 2 a.m. and I'm thinking, shoot. And so I had to get up early today. I've got a 20-hour day I need to cram into 15 or whatever, right? So I got in at 7:05 this morning. I got out of bed at 7. I jumped up, threw it on, threw the hat on, took a few vitamins, got out the door, had some water. Here I am, and I feel pretty good now because I got it done. But when I got here, man, I felt like I was steamrolled, Sometimes you got to get the steamroller moving and do a little work, and then it's not so bad. So I'm at 10:05 a.m. Saturday morning, 29th of October, gonna do my 10 today, but before I do my 10 today, which is gonna be later, 10 listings on eBay, 2 more days of that, gotta end my month. We're right at the end of the contest. I hope your listing went as well as ours did. I got my orders done. I'm caught up. I'm caught up for once. I think I talked about that the other day. There are 20 USPS there. I just got done counting them. They're all different sizes. 20 USPS, 18, 17 of them are that Canon guy, our Canon, our camera orders. That's where the day yesterday, the $16.99 in a 24-hour period, there it is, okay? Those are all good orders. That makes me feel good to get those done and out. I can clear up my day. I can go yank out my crappy old toilet in the basement and put my new flea market toilet in there. That won't be so bad. I've got other jobs lined up at home. Anything I do beyond the toilet today will be cake. Like it'll be good. Like it'll be extra frosty and yum, 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 right? So I'm going to go deliver these. I'm going to go try to buy some things at the flea market that I went to yesterday. See if I can buy some more, since I am struggling to find reasonable items to list the next 2 listing days, today and Monday. Then I'm going to go home and have some breakfast and some food. And I'm going to get my toilet ripped out and I'm going to get the new one put in. That's the goal. And then I'll be back to list the 10 with you. So I think there'll be a gap between here and listing the 10, but I bet something or listing the 10 will be next. Dealer on the move. I'm on the move. By the way, Wheeler's in the office here this morning. He got a little later start. Oh, can't pass by that. Look at that, 51, 193. Got 1,047 squeaked by yesterday. We'll do all the math here before this is all done, the October numbers.
Going through a whole bunch of manuals here, man. I'm going to have a crazy amount of listings today. Just tell you already, just looking at all these, there's a lot.
You're going for manuals today?
Might as well. Because once I sort through these, I think there's going to average 20 bucks, the ones I'm keeping. I'm throwing out about 1/10 of them.
Yeah, throw them out.
Because I don't even care if they're under $8 or under $10, I'm not listing them.
Well, if there's enough of them, we could lot them up.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Yeah, I was thinking about that. I have a pile here that I'm thinking about checking if they'll.
Because even if there's
I get that.
30, 40 of them at $0.25 a piece, I'll list up a lot of them.
No, definitely. That's what I was thinking. Especially like there's these Nikon lens manuals. Those are for sure a lot.
Yeah.
We have 15 of them, and they won't go for more than $4 each by themselves. But 15 of them, I have a feeling I get 25.
Yeah,
30
so do a lot.
easy.
You know, I do smell must in here from these, and that's not so good. So
Yep, not super major, but
I'll turn up your air purifier here for a little while.
got a few interesting little posters out of this thing too.
You know, part of the problem is I think I haven't cleaned that thing, and so you're probably not getting airflow.
I've got a couple of interesting posters out of here. I can keep coating my walls.
Well, have some fun with those manuals and get it going, man.
I am.
It's Saturday. There's no school today.
Yep, sorting all this stuff here.
All right. Watch your videos for your homework, too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Okay.
I don't remember those till Monday usually.
Yeah, Monday's too late.
I know it.
Because Monday's a school day.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Well, that's Wheeler. Well, I got to clean his air purifier a little bit and get on the road here. Really, I'm leaving. Back in the office after an adventure in remodeling. Oh my goodness. Well, overall the toilet swap and bathroom cleanup, making it so that we can have our bathroom usable again in the basement, went pretty well. We had our business 3 years ago in the basement, and then we pulled out of there, and we've been using the basement more or less as an overflow room and storage, and the kids play down there sometimes, and of course laundry and stuff like that's down there. Gosh, when was it? Must have been last summer. We had major backing up, major plumbing issues, major smells downstairs, and it turned out our 90-year-old house decided to give up its pipes. And so all the outgoing pipes, the drain pipes in the basement under the concrete had to be ripped up. And while we were doing that, we put in new drains in the furnace room for the new air conditioning and new furnace. We put in new drains in the laundry room. We put in a new shower stall drain and all that as well in the bathroom down there. And so the basement was ripped up. It was messed up and ripped up, and it's taken quite a while to kind of put it back together. So we're putting some bedrooms down there and just about have that done. And the bathroom is next for a full final rehab, but it's back to the point of working, and the new toilet works great. And we've got you know, a whole bunch of new house projects have been going on in the last 3 years. It's just you can only do so much at once time-wise, and certainly so much at once financially, and so it's been a constant stream. But I got that one done. The basement is doing well. So I'm back in the office. It's getting towards supper time, and I'm doing some listing. Whoa, Wheeler. Wheeler's doing some listing and videos. And I got item number 1. Whoa, a new item. Well, I did get a chance to buy 3 items today, so I'm going to list those first before I get into those tubes and finish off what I have. Now that I think about it, I've got one other item I've got to take care of. So this is a Bud Light banner. It's two-sided. If you don't like Bud Light, or you got a way to do it, you got straight Budweiser on the other side. This was, let's see, 20 bucks, and then I get 20% off, so I paid $16 for this. I'm gonna list it up for $39.99 plus shipping, and I'm just getting ready to do the shipping. The item that I got to take care of is I've got one of these signs. I'll actually show you. I got to grind off the bolts. Well, I had 2 of these signs, and it's this stop tank car connected with this long post, and the last one I was able to get one of these fasteners off, and these are a little different. First of all, they're rusted on this side, and on this side it's a blade screwdriver, and it's just nearly impossible. I don't have one of those huge blade screwdrivers, or I might have a shot at it. Now the last one I was able to get one of the screws, nuts off of there, and then the other one I just pried around. The problem is I forgot how porcelain acts, and I pried around and pulled it through the sign. Actually, I pulled it through the middle. It ended up looking like a bullet hole, and the porcelain was all cracked around it, and I think it looked enough like a bullet hole where the darn thing sold super quick at a price that was reasonable for me. So I was thinking about doing it again, but then again, I'm not positive that's what the whole deal was. So it had a cool look. This one still has enough wear and a cool look. I'm just going to grind it off on the back and go with it. So I just use my little DeWalt hand grinder here. The biggest thing with the hand grinder is to make sure that you're not shooting sparks on things that start fire. I don't remember what I was doing, something with the Jeep. We were grinding a piece off it to sell, and we had just pulled our old dishwasher out, and I threw it next to the garage, and I was grinding away on the Jeep, and I looked over at the dishwasher, and all the noise insulation on the dishwasher had started on fire, and it was starting my garage on fire. Woo! That was exciting for a minute or two. Well, I decided how I was going to put that out, since I had nothing nearby to really stop, drop, and roll it or whatever. So that was kind of stinky. Took care of that. So I'm not going to show you the grinding. I have this tripod that my camera here is mounted to, but it's only 2-prong. I broke one of them off, so I can't even use my tripod. I need to see if I can get that fixed. I bought this stupid $100 tripod and the leg busted off at least 4 or 5 weeks ago. So it makes a great handle, but as far as a tripod while I'm doing stuff, ain't nothing. So I think my cord's gonna reach there. You can get the idea here. Yep. Please wear your goggles for safety. Okay, I'm gonna get this done and not make a huge mess, hopefully. Okay, so that grinder has saved my butt several times. In fact, I thought I might have had to use it today on the toilet, which was really going to be crazy because one of the bolts that went into the ground with the toilet there was spinning, but I figured out how to get a hold on it. It wasn't as big a deal as I thought, thank goodness, but I was prepared to go heavy if I had to. So I got that off, grinded them about 3/4 of the way, used my persuader on there, and didn't lose too awful much of the porcelain. If you're trying to take brackets off of porcelain signs especially, and they're worth something, you got to be very careful, because that porcelain is really just kind of like fingernail polish, enamel, and it will crack and shatter almost like glass, and it'll start chipping and falling off there. That's what happened with the other one, and I was like, oh boy, that's starting to look pretty crappy. But then it sold like quick, so I'm gonna get cleaned up here, and this one cleaned up pretty good. So actually, small stuff like this, I'll take it to my utility sink and I'll wash it off a little bit, and then I'll let it dry and list it in a little while. Number 2 is a wooden vintage pink articulated arms and legs pig doll. Weighs in at about 7.5, 8 pounds. And let's see, what did I pay for this thing? I think he was marked at 30 or 35. I get 20% off, so somewhere in the 20s. I just listed them at 100 plus shipping. Don't laugh, this will sell at some point for good money. People are crazy for this kind of stuff. One off, one of a kind. Get it going. Number 2. Number 3 is a pool sign with lots of reflections. It's metal, it's one-sided, it is not porcelain, it's just vintage painted sheet metal. Probably from a swimming pool in the area. Probably, 50 years old, maybe a little more. Could have been a pool hall. 60 inches by 12. I paid under $40. I listed it for $160 plus shipping. It will ship. It's long and you can't have it bend. So I didn't weigh it, but I guesstimated. I'm going to ring it with 2x2s, which does take a little extra time. Got to buy a couple and saw a couple saws, 2x2s. They saw pretty easy, and then you just screw those together. And if you've watched my other videos, you put cardboard inserts on both sides, screw those down, put some bubble wrap in there too, and boom, you got a sort of a mini crate. It'll keep it from flexing in the middle. And when it's all said and done, I bet you we make $100. There you go. Plus I hung it up. Look at that, huh? Number 4, stop tank car connected, porcelain sign, 15 inches by 12 inches, one-sided. You saw me take it off the stick more or less. So they used to stick these sticks in the ground near where the railroad was going back and forth, switch yards, and it would communicate a certain message about this tank car connected. They didn't want tank cars hitting each other. So I don't know when they stopped using these. I have seen several age and varieties of these. Fairly common, listed for $40 plus shipping. The last one sold quick at $34.99 plus shipping, so I upped it a little bit. I think I paid $40 for both of these, maybe $30, $35. I don't recall. It wasn't a whole lot, and there's not a whole lot of profit. But that's number 4, $40 plus shipping. Number 5 is a lot of unknown Speed Air, Dayton, pneumatic, air-driven, oil filter gauges, industrial thingy-majiggies, untested. These came right along with a large camera lot that we got for $100. And so I dug all these things out, looked them over, put some of the numbers on there, some of the names and brands, and some of these things go for money. Most people buy them new because they want to make sure that they're going to work before they hook up air to them. I'm not sure how well these are going to go, but I priced them reasonably, from what I could tell, low. This is all profit, icing on the cake, $40 plus shipping. They are fairly heavy, so it's like a 9-pound box for this UPS. So that could be a deterrent as well. That's number 5, $40. Okay, so I got BP looking up some of these tubes to see if we have any $1 million tubes. So far, how many $1 million ones do we have?
0. Absolutely 0.
Have you ever looked up radio TV tubes before?
Flash bulbs and stuff, really similar.
Yeah. So you're finding most of them though, right?
Yep.
People do list them individually, even the common ones, $1 or $2 plus shipping. A lot of times people are looking for a specific one for their project. And people sell them in lots. So I have a feeling we'll sell this thing in one big lot and just shoot it out there. It's a shame because I need listings in a sense, but we'll see if maybe BP will come through, huh?
Yeah, probably not.
Oh, come on. Have some moxie, man. Have some faith. We got a big one in here, some sort of amplifier tubes.
Yeah, I'm doing all the lame ones first.
Doing the lame ones first. So I think the big money ones are from the old vintage audio amplifiers. There's probably some other either commercial or other applications that have some of these specialized ones. But if you look, I don't know if you look up radio tubes or amplifier tubes or TV tubes, you can do high to low sold and you'll see some pretty crazy ones. Some of the real old ones, some are real neat looking too. It's been a while since I've looked any of these up. We bought a couple thousand back when we were at the house and looked through them and didn't find much. I actually sold the top advertising off the cabinet that I bought all the tubes in for more money than I think the tubes. I think that sold for a couple $100. So tube testers are pretty good too. I don't find them or buy them that much anymore. Number 6, Microset. Discover new wonders. No, discover new worlds under your eyes. Marvel of the invisible revealed through a microscope. Dust on a shelf. Leg, ear of a cricket. Section. What? Section through a fern. A jelly-like sea creature. Crystals of salt. Wow. Man, this is crazy stuff. Model 2MX. So this is something I had laying around. They don't go for a lot of money. I can't tell if it works or not. I'm not going to mess around with it. It looks complete. $24.99 plus shipping. It'll sell someday. I guess this is from the 1940s. Number 6, $25. Here's a little goober. This is a Ford Thunderbird, made in England. Pink and white. Lemsy or something like that. Even without a box and in this condition, $30 plus shipping. That's number 7. Here's another little goober, number 8. It's a Lenzi MG Midget with a driver. Made in England, Matchbox related, England version, don't know what. These are pretty old and cool, and in this condition, this should go for 30 bucks plus shipping, listed number 8. I found a little pile of little goobers, as you can tell. Okay, so BP over here looked through all these, and he found one that sold for 10 bucks, and somebody has one listed for 20, so there's the big score. There's the big score. You sure you looked these up right?
Yep.
There's no $1 million in there?
No. Talking about big score, I got a big score on Do.
Oh, the Mr. Do tournament continues. All right, so you were at what?
87,000.
And I topped out at 84, and I was pressing you. You're all like, oh no, my record's not safe. Then what happened?
I went up to 107,000.
107,000. You flipped it to 100 plus.
Last time I flipped my score, it was above 20,000. It was 20,000 more.
We're talking a different game. Yeah, the trash talking has started, hasn't it? So I'm going to list that on Monday, and this big lot of crap on Monday. I'm going to have to move away from this BP character. It's trouble. I thought I was the arcade champion. Here's number 9. It's a pickup truck. It's from Limburg whatever, from England. 30 bucks. These seem to be 30 bucks. I need to find some of these in the box. Boy, in the box they can go for 100 or more. These are something else. I've never run into these before. I had these tucked away. That's pretty cool. So that's number 9. I wonder what I'll list for number 10. Probably another goober. I'm just in the goober mode. Running out of time for tonight. Number 10, MSOE SCC, which is Milwaukee School of Engineering Sports Car Club. Sports car patches are far and few in between. People collect them. People collect all kinds of patches. There's none of these out there. This one's probably from the 60s. Basic patch. Has some yellowing. Yada, yada, yada. 30 bucks plus shipping. That's number 10. Where are we at? I had actually a pretty good day of listing. My head was not in it. I had a long day starting at 7 a.m. after 5 hours of sleep. And a toilet replace. 10 listings, 525. Is that what that says? Yeah. Plus BP's been beating me up on video games. Beating me up on 80s video games all night long. And I'm in pizza coma. Doesn't feel like listing. Nobody feels like doing nothing. Good thing I got halfway there by myself. 10. Oh, some kind of windstorm there. I better turn that thing down. 10 items. Uh-oh, somebody's right behind me. Are you done listing? Gonna put your number up there? Whoa. 10 listings, 525.
Maybe we could quit at 10.
It's
9:30.
No, I gotta work on your school stuff.
Good.
What?
I'm quitting at 9:30.
No, we'll quit at 11, and that's it. We're quitting at 11 though.
Yep.
You're quitting earlier in 11. You're gonna have your 3 in by 11.
Yep.
Actually, not your 3. You're on 4 now. What's that watch?
Oh, it's my Casio.
Ah, it's bright.
Vintage Casio, I think.
How are the manuals going?
Pretty good.
So I listed 10 listings, 525.
Cool. So I got it then.
Still kind of musty in here.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm surprised because I've got this thing blowing in here. You know, part of what it is we're not running the furnace. Wow, it's 70. Let's see, heat's on 75. That's weird.
Someone got 2 videos up today, man. I'm on a roll.
No wonder it seems warm in here. And we're not going to cool it. We'll just turn it off.
Upload like an average of 1/2 video per week, and today I uploaded 2 videos.
So pretty soon you're going to be a YouTube sensation.
Yeah, well, I look back at some of my old videos, and man, it wasn't that long ago where I was just, it's weird. I thought that was like years ago when I used to do all this other stuff, but no, that wasn't that long ago. But anyway, some videos I guess I have like 500 to 1,500 views, so catch it out a couple of them. And some like upload a year ago, I think I have like 19 views. So some are hits and some aren't. It's mostly the thumbnail. That's the big thing. That's the biggest single thing I can notice.
You've heard it.
YouTube thumbnails are pretty.
You've heard it here. It's the thumbnail. So I'm gonna need to make a good thumbnail for this video.
The last two thumbnails are pretty fancy, and I have a feeling those are gonna have big views in it.
Something like the inside of my mouth.
They have text on it too. That's really dramatic.
Text on my mouth.
Dramatic. And it can't be a standard font. It's got to be a little fancy. It's got to be a special color too, like a crazy.
Oh my
color.
goodness.
Like I have green with yellow borders.
Oh my goodness.
Weird font. That's the only way to do it. Like I've noticed all these other big YouTubers. That's what they do, man.
The big ones,
well,
like the guys that are 6'4" and taller.
Yeah, that's it. Yep. Exactly.
Okay, well, I think everybody's in a little bit of a fog here. Let's just say that. Let's just leave it at that, right? Okay, what I keep this gotta figure out which way the camera is. Look at this, I'm running out of calendar here. Somebody said that one looks like a Cyclops. If that's his smile. That one's a Cyclops. Okay, there's this day left. That's it. I don't know if I have 10 good items, but I have 10 items, I think. I've got a Schlitz sign that I haven't listed yet, that sooner or later I'm going to list on my Super Sign channel. One of those. The expensive one. I have one tube I'm going to list for $10.99 plus shipping, and then I have a lot of tubes that I'm probably going to, I don't know, put a quarter times however many there are, or 50 cents times however many they are, or maybe just lot them up, run them at auction. I don't really care. Oh yeah, this is rude. Yawn on camera. Oh, let's see what else. I've got this eye thing back here. Here's the problem with this eye thing. Let me show you this. First of all, they don't go for a whole lot. If I can test it to turn on, I can probably get $150 for it. It's this thing. This eye tester, this vintage eye tester. It's a Tonometer, American Optical. Problem is, it's got this, I don't know if you can see that, it's got this specialized cord that's non-existent. I don't have it. I can attach some leads, and I can attach it sparkingly to some sort of power supply. See if I can get it to turn on, I guess. Otherwise, if you sell them just like this, you're looking at about $50-$75 plus shipping, and this thing is a son of a gun. So I have that to list. Whether that becomes part of the 10 on Monday, I don't know. I have this, there's the tripod. I have this telescope. That's probably not going to be part of the 10. I have like lots. There's probably 3 or 4 lots that'll come out of some of the camera. It's a mixture here. Some of this camera stuff is junk and it needs to be sorted and put into lots. I have a few of these old camera boxes, camera film drawers. The best one got ripped off when our van got broken into. That one would have been $100 crazily. Somebody grabbed that. I have these, I haven't even looked them up yet. I don't think they go for a lot, but these paper dispensing machines that I got for a buck or $3 for all of them. Oh, what else do I got lying around? A bike frame that I can't identify that I probably need to throw out. There's a few heavy, ugly things under there that I'm going to throw most of them out. There's some more ugly skateboards. I hate to list those. I do have another light there that's got a weird articulating top on it. If I can get that pipe off there, that top is pretty cool. That's probably a $40-$50 light right there. Oh, what else is in there? Not much. That's not camera related. We'll be alright. We'll get to 10 on Monday. No big problems. It's good that I picked up those 3 items today, though. That helped out a lot. Let's see. We're going to be at 54,000. We might hit 56,000 on Monday. That's a pretty good month. A little bit anticlimactic. If I list my Schlitz sign, that would help. At this point, we're over 50. That's a good month. I who's going to say that if you list 620 items, 630 items, something like that, and $55,000, I don't think anybody's going to say that's a wasted month. Oh, you just wasted a month there, wheeler and dealer. You should just start over, right? Well, the majority of that stuff, and we still have a ton of good camera stuff, and that's always the case. There's always good camera stuff. We get some bad camera stuff, we get some high dollar camera stuff, but we've got just a ton of $30 and $40 camera accessories. I don't know, $30,000-$40,000 worth that hasn't been listed from this summer. But the majority of this stuff was this summer and all our crazy adventures. It worked out pretty well. A couple months worth of picking. And, you know, oh, there goes my battery. Saturday's over. Thanks for watching. Appreciate everything. Appreciate your comments and support. I think we'll have a video tomorrow, some kind of topic. Packer party. Monday is 10. And then Tuesday I'm taking off, but I think Monday will be a show, and then there'll be a show after the show where I drink a beer or two and I just start answering questions that have come in. So if you want to get a question in before Monday night, that would be good. If you want it answered, you're going to get dealer straight shot. Pick well, list often. Dealer out.
Hey, wheeler.
Dealer production.